football and what we have not been able to do on the continent. Remember, the Super Falcons of Nigeria actually did suffer the other time when they played in the WAFCON. And what about now? A lot of people have been saying we should have an inquest into our football. We should look at some of the things that have been happening and say we have to put a stop to many of these incidents right there. And it is to this end I have 4 lines this morning: 07055551985. I'll take that again, 07055551985. Do call in and give us your thoughts, your reaction, especially as we look forward to the new season in the NPFL. And as we also say congratulations to the Edo Queens for the magnificent job that they have done. It's not easy to run 7-0 running riot against their opposition right there. And it's just crazy when you look at what they have been, doing right there. Well, we've gotten something, and that is one of the areas that a lot of people should actually watch out for. Well, what we got as a manner of update is not good enough. And the reports from the camp of the Falconets is that the captain of the side, Joy Ibokwe, is set to miss the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in Poland, according to reports that we have right here. Well, they're saying this is due to a visa setback. Well, the National Amazons midfielder was expected to be part of Nigeria's squad, but is now set to miss the tournament just days before the competition begins. And it is expected that the place will be taken by another player. From what we are seeing from sources close to the camp, it's understood that a few other players have also been affected by the visa situation, and this is a major blow for the Falconets. If you've seen Joy Iwoke play, you will know that a play gives joy right there at the center of the park. So yes, we have updated there about 3 key players who are set to be replaced as visas put the whole thing in quite a disarray. And yes, they're saying that the other 2 include Rivers Angels fullback Sandra Wibe and of course Abdul Wahab Faridat Okpeyemi. The 3 of them actually played a key part during the World Cup qualifiers, and they have been with the team for preparation in the past weeks. And of course, they're saying that due to these issues, some changes have been effected already. I'll be waiting to see how everything goes by right there. Okay, alright, let's get what we have right here. Let's go on to the NNL, where we just yesterday got a release of the communique that was issued at the end of the Nigerian National League board meeting, which was held in Owerri, Imo State. That was on Friday. So yesterday we got, the feedback from the AGM, and of course there were extensive deliberations right there on the state of the league amongst other things, and then we had resolutions which were reached out there. And of course, they did review the 2025-2026 season and noted, the improvement in fixture delivery, officiating, media coverage, and corporate governance. But then, the meeting expressed serious concerns over disciplinary cases recorded last season, most of which bordered on violence and the assault of match officials, as well as the win-at-all-cost mentality. And many of time we have spoken about this, drummed the gospel truth into our eardrums. It's not just about the officials. It's not just about the teams who want to do it at all costs. You as a fan of the club, what are you doing? What is that mentality that you have? I mean, come on, there are 3 results in football: a win, a draw, and a loss. And sometimes you have it. You might play the best football and it just doesn't come your way. Other times, well, you might just play ugly and think you wouldn't grab the win, and then it comes your way. So we shouldn't say, we have to go win at all costs. My team has to do everything at all costs. We do not have to, resort to thuggery or violence to actually say our team must win. We need to go away from the state of old and welcome something new, something that should have been over time, to help us get better in our football. Because we do not need the fear ringing around the stadium just because we want to watch a match. It's more enjoyable when you're watching your team play with your loved ones around you. with friends connecting with you, with new friends being made right there within the stadium premises. I mean, it's all fun when you can actually sit around and you meet someone who you might connect with and do some business with. Not someone that you would be scared that would chase you, after a match because the team did not win, but that you will chase. I mean, come on, those are not the signs that we want. So that you spend more energy on things that are waste. Anyways, the NNL, after that AGM, they have said they would implement stricter sanctions against clubs, officials and fans who are found culpable of violence and misconduct. Now, clubs will henceforth be held vicariously liable for the actions of their supporters. Any club that their supporters have done wrong, the club will be punished for it. So, do you want your club to pay extra? Do you want them to pay through their noses? Do you want them to suffer damages just because of your own singular action or the action of a group of people, including you? Come on. So if you do not want that, the responsibility is on you and others. So speak to yourself, speak to others who are also around you in the stadium. If you see anybody who is trying to incite trouble, warn that person, caution that person. They have also said that any club or supporters that have damaged broadcasting or live streaming equipment will pay for the replacement no matter the cost of the equipment. And these things, I mean, come on, if you check out the prices of cameras nowadays, you have some going for about 5 million upwards, 3.5 million upwards. Equipments other than cameras are also there, very costly. So what happens when you damage one? Because you're looking for 3 points, because you want your team to win by all costs, because you feel like the referee did not blow the whistle for a foul, 1 foul, 2 fouls, and then you go out there and destroy something that has been creating beautiful memories, that have been feeding thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. You do not do that. And so they are saying that any of the supporters or club officials that has done any of that will pay the full price. Yes, you get the replacement no matter the cost of the equipment. And it's not that you'll be saying, I'll buy it next month. We'll find it. Well, security at all match venues must be prioritized, and only accredited persons will be allowed access to restricted areas. Now let's give you this one straight on from that side as well. They have approved the kickoff dates for the NNL for the 31st of October 2026. That is for the opening match alone. Now, other week 1 matches will commence on the 7th of November. What a date. Now, the league format of 4 conferences of 9 clubs, is going to happen right there. Talking about conferences A and B, we have 9 clubs each, 8 clubs for conferences C and D, and that is for this coming season. Now they have agreed that for the next season there will be 16 clubs per conference, and that is what they'll be doing. That is the season after this coming season that we are going to start. And of course, they have made agreements for enhanced digital coverage, live streaming, data management in partnership with our broadcast and technical partners. They have also advocated for greater fans engagement and community relations programs. Yesterday on TV, I had a creative director of one of the largest fans community of Shooting Stars, and we spoke about what they had done, what they are still doing, what they will still do, especially with the new season on the horizon. And yes, indeed, it was fun speaking with Idris and Basham. Right there, speaking about what fans should do, what they should understand ahead of the game, and how they can help the club, how they can propel the club, how they can paint the right image of the club, how they can actually correct the wrong images that people have in their heads about their clubs, the clubs that they love. I mean, out there's a lot of wrong narratives about the clubs. But then, who is out there telling people, no, this is wrong? So you as a supporter of the club, do not join the bandwagon of those who peddle false rumors or negativity about your club. I mean, go out there, tell people, guys, no, this is wrong. I was there at the match. This is not happening. This is not happening at the club. And then you support better. You speak to one person, you encourage the other person, and together you all start to speak good of the club. And then, the right people will say the right things, and then they start to also get more involved. and it helps the club. It helps Nigerian football on a larger scale. Because if you from Club A is doing this, and then the others from Club B down to Z are also doing that, I mean, it's a better atmosphere for everybody, and more people can get involved in watching the games. Anyways, the AGM also confirmed the promotion of 4 clubs to the NPFL and the relegation of 10 clubs to the NLO1. Also, they have admitted 8 clubs from the NLO1 in their own order right there. And they have also said that only television-friendly stadiums will be approved for league matches in the coming season, in the 2026-2027 league season. And so that is what we have from the communique right there. Alright, with a few days left to the NPFL. The game is on Friday, so there's 3 days left. Let's give you something. Yes, this season will be the first time in 28 years that 3 Lagos-based clubs will feature in the top flight. This is the first time in 28 years that 3 top flight clubs from the same state, Lagos, will be right there in the top flight. Yeah, it's a remarkable one right there. The clubs: Ikorodu City, Sporting Lagos, Inter Lagos. Oh, Lagosians. I will welcome them to Ibadan for different editions of the Southwest Derby, for different episodes of the Southwest Derby for the season. It's incredible. Anyways, the last time was actually in the 1996 season. That year, you can guess. I mean, take a guess. Alright, I'll give you straight on. I know you're racking your brain. I know you're trying to think about it. Yes, it was Julius Berger FC, Niger Duck FC, and NEPA FC. I mean, all-time flags. The kid that was born in 1996. That's baby in 1996. 28 years now. You know, be Gen Z again, come on there. Anyway, that's how it is right there, talking about the NPFL. Talking about what is going to be happening right there. And of course, incredible things coming from the stubbles of Shooting Stars Sport Club. The club is due to announce some new things right there. As I said, we should just let people know that you should anticipate the beginning of the season, because there's a lot of goodies in the days preceding the kickoff of the league season. Salisu Yusuf is also letting people know, guys, this club has ambition, and I'm also buying into the ambition. Look at the players that we have gotten. Look at what we have done. Oh, come on, we can do this together. And that is the statement right there. Everybody wants to join us together. And of course, do great and marvelous things right there with the club. And so it is beautiful talking about the local scene, the local league, and what we've seen right there with everybody buying into everything. Well, let's give you a wrap of what we saw yesterday. Flying over to the Nigerian Bulls out there. And yes, indeed, it was Calvin Bassey who led the team out at the Craven Cottage when Fulham came out to host Chelsea. It was a 5-goal thriller. And yes, indeed, it was João Pedro who scored, kicked everything off in the first minute before we saw a goal from King. And then Morgan Rogers said, hey, okay, I can do mine. And then we saw Palmer also adding his own. Well, in the second half, Garcia also put one through, and it always looked like Chelsea were going to suffer with that. But then at the end of the game, it was Chelsea who added to their 3-2 victory right there. Until someone said it is a JP Morgan thing, and so you can take that to the bank. Oh, you don't know where that is from? The 3 attackers. Oh yes, João Pedro starts with a J, Cole Palmer with the P, and Morgan Rogers. So yeah, JP Morgan. And that is quite cheeky. What happened right there? Talking about at the Craven Cottage in London, England. Over to Spain, where we saw Osasuna play out a goalless draw. One of 2 draws that we saw right there yesterday in La Liga. The team they played against was Levante. Well, it was Mayaga who played the 1-0 draw with Deportivo La Coruna. Of course, we also saw something happen in the Serie A. Lazio defeating Bologna. Oh, spaghetti Bologna. 1. And as we were stopping in our gelato after that spaghetti bolognese, it was Roma who gave us something against Fiorentina. Let's say Fiorentina. Florence, my lover. Come and dine with the Romans. We've got beautiful romance for you. It was 1, 2, 3, 4 goals rather scored by the Romans. Yes, Roma defeating Fiorentina. It was a hat-trick for Donian Malin, who actually had a very bright start. He was rampant all through the game. And of course, Pisili was the man who actually put paid to everything that was happening right there for Fiorentina. Well, the game was quite incredible at the Stadio Olimpico. And of course, we had about 67,598 fans right there in that particular stadium. Alright, to the DFB Pokal in Germany, where we actually saw Hamburgers defeating SC Verl by 3 goals to nothing. A 6-goal thriller in regulation time. It was VSG again, who actually got that draw against Wurzburg. But then, you know, in cup games, you go through the lots of penalties. And yes, it was Wurzburg who emerged the victors at the end of it right there. Well, Wolfsberger Kickers were defeated by Köln by 2 goals to 1. And of course, it was Schalke 04 who got a 5-2 victory over Alasha FC. And of course, games will go on later on today. Talking about the La Liga, where we have a Tuesday night football at 8 p.m. It is Valencia against Real Betis. So it will be good to see the likes of Anthony getting action. Well, that's not where it ends. That's not where it ends. Well, we talk about the Champions League qualification series, and yes, indeed, the second leg of some of the encounters will be going down. Whereas Bodo Glimt are playing against Nek Nijmegen Gang. Of course, it's a 3-1, lead for them halfway through the tie. Talking about Bodo Glimt, Celtic holding a 3-0 lead. Right there ahead of the second leg, which is happening later on tonight at 8 p.m. against Lask. Well, Israeli side, Apollo Beersheva up at 5:45 against Sabah FK, and yes, they hold a 2-1 lead as we speak, halfway through the 2 legs of this particular encounter. Well, over to the EFL Cup. Yes, back in the days it was the Carling Cup, now it's the Carabao Cup, now it's the EFL Cup, and a lot of people just have their thoughts about this league. As yes, of course, it's the English Football League Cup. At 7, it's Cardiff against Norwich. At 7:30, Doncaster Rovers against Middlesbrough, Barnsley against Crewe, Blackburn against Sheffield United, Blackburn against Lincoln City, Cambridge against Millwall, Fleetwood against Shrewsbury, Ipswich against Leicester, Plymouth against Coventry, Sheffield Wednesday against Wolves, Southampton against West Ham United, Stevenage against Reading, Stoke against Hull, Walsall against Leyton Orient, Watford against Peterborough. We have Birmingham against Brentford at 8. Same time for Nottingham Forest against Leeds. Oh boy. Crazy games are going down, talking about the EFL Cup at this stage. And I'm sure that a number of people will be thinking hard about what happens with the teams that they actually have been rooting for. Well, there's been a bit of news about Jean-Philippe Mateta. Of course, yes, it's been over, what a lot of people have seen as issues with the club as regarding what is the final year of his contract or not. And of course, a lot of people have been asking questions about what might be and what could be, in the coming days regarding that. Also, let's give it to you straight on that Al Hilal are in advanced talks to sign Arsenal's Martinelli. It's going to be interesting what happens in the next few hours. Well, a lot of people saying that indications are that it's looking like it's going to be going straight into Saudi Arabia. We'll wait to see how things will go. But then, of course, a lot of people have been watching with keen interest the most bitter transfer tussle of this summer, and that is the one involving Julian Alvarez, Atletico de Madrid, Barcelona, and now Arsenal. And of course, it's quite a dilemma for Arsenal. Do we go on for this player? Does he really want us? Do we break the bank for him? They have set their asking price. But then, what do we do as it stands? That is the question that is ringing across board now in the ears of everybody who cares to listen. And of course, it's going to be interesting looking at how the coming days will actually give us something to feed on. Okay, now let's look at what has happened right there for Oluyole Watkins. And of course, a lot of people have been asking questions. A lot of people asking questions about Oluyole Watkins. Well, Aston Villa have been a year before the situation with Watkins, where they had Emi Martinez looking to leave for Manchester United, and of course, a lot of people, actually thought a lot of things would go on right there, but it's problems now for them. Al Hilal have offered close to £40 million for his services, Oluyole Watkins, but it's not near to what Aston Villa are asking for. And of course, they will be playing hardball for their all-time record Premier League scorer. And of course, it's going to be interesting looking at what the transfer deadline deal will say. But of course, it's going to be really interesting looking at what we have already right here in front of Aston Villa. So yeah, a lot of things are needed to be done, especially for the team of Unai Emery. Alright, as we start to wind up, a number of current and former footballers have united against under pressure of FIFA President Gianni Infantino, stating that yes, change is necessary at the head of the global governing body. Well, former Manchester United and France defender Mikel Silvestre, remember him? He sits on FIFA's Players Voice panel, and he issued a statement on X yesterday in a post that is titled "Enough is Enough." Well, the statement has been shared on social media by the likes of England defender Lucy Bronze. Well, Emmanuel Petit, who won the 1998 World Cup with France, and former England goalkeeper David James. A lot of criticism back and forth, and we also know that Alexander Seferin said he's not, also going to make up any presidential bid. He says he's not in the gunning for any post right there, talking about the FIFA presidency, as people look to turn towards those who might actually checkmate what Gianni Infantino has been doing. Well, we know that Infantino has been traveling around trying to, speak to gain some more public maybe sympathy, public affection again. He's been moving around different federations and confederations, looking to get something rather for himself ahead of the FIFA Congress that will be holding in March, where the elections will take place. And with that, it's a wrap right here on Tit Bit this morning. Tomorrow, the lineup is for Toby Ajewole to come serve you some of the best stories coming through from the ever exciting world of sports. I am Victor Pene, wishing you a very blissful week out there. Do enjoy yourself.
Tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Oluyole FM. Elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ajílété FM tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà. Elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága. Elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́. Elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́. Elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Agbègbè ó tún ti yá ká tún tọgbọ́ elétí ọ̀fẹ́. Elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn